for a North DeSoto coach, Dennis Dunn, a guy who probably remembers Chance running around as a youngster early on in his days up there. Coach, how are we doing this Sunday afternoon?
Doing great. Sorry about the shaky video, but I'm traveling home from church, so I'm on the road. And yes, I remember Chance Hester as a boy running around watching his big brothers play for the E back in the day.
Coach Dunn, I love you to death, so I'm privileged to get to talk to you today. You were a big part of me and my brothers, all of our upbringing, and are an important figure to us. So I'm always a big North DeSoto Griffins fan, as much as that pains me sometimes being from up there. But I got no choice but to root for the Griffins because of the love I have for you. So, just take us through just what your team was able to do to stack another great season back to back. In a really tough schedule. District 1 4A is full of really good programs. Obviously, getting to play against Evangel, who you have so much history with, and starting off against a program like Airline that had such a good season. So what did your boys do so well that was able to just stack another really good regular season on top of the one you had in 2022?
Well, Chance, first of all, thanks for the love, and feeling is mutual. I love the entire Hester family, and relationships are bigger than the game. So those relationships that we have for life, that span a lifetime, is what it's all about. So again, thanks for that love, and feeling is mutual. Starting the year off with a loss, was something I think that probably worked for us. We had to face some adversity that normally you face in a season, but we faced it after week one and was able to address adversity, knowing that you're going to face adversity at some point in the season. It just happened really quick for us. We led that first half. We leave halftime up 28-14 at half, had full control of the game, and our best player was ejected on defense. Our best defensive player, linebacker, P.T. McMillan, was ejected for a leading with a head penalty, and kind of sent our defense into disarray a little bit. So we just kind of unraveled in the third quarter. Uncharacteristically, did not protect the football offensively very well, and they had a big third quarter, and we unraveled, but almost fought back and won it in the fourth quarter. Our guys responded to the adversity in an amazing way. We had 2 touchdowns called back, and we come back and win that football game. So I think our kids realized that, albeit Airline is a very good football team, it was a game we should have won. It felt like we beat ourselves in that game. And then week 2, I thought was the key game of the year, in playing a really, really talented center Texas football team, having 2 of the best athletes we've played against all year from anyone, in their quarterback and running back, 2 amazing athletes that we had difficulty tackling. And they had points in the game, led by 2 scores. And then for our guys to fight and come back and win a very tough ball game in week 2, I thought was the defining game of the season. I said at the time that I think this is a season-making kind of win, and it was. Having to face some adversity again through the year in some games like Evangel, we turned the ball over 4 times against them, but still was able to persevere, and our kids just played with extreme passion and will to win a very good game against a very talented Evangel team, and then to come back the next week and beat a really talented Huntington team that I feel like has a chance to win a game or 2 in the playoffs. They're really good up front. Stephen Dennis has done an outstanding job there at Huntington. So both of those wins I thought were marquee wins that got us, prepared to play in a playoff kind of environment last week against Northwood. And we got that 7-game monkey off our back in, resounding fashion, beating a really much improved Northwood team that, was a playoff kind of team, it was a playoff environment. But our guys' chance started in January, with a mission of wanting to go back and finish what we started. And, here we are. And now what a lot of people say is the real season begins. And we know it's a week-to-week challenge. Very good bracket, very good teams. But a lot of unfinished business for these Griffins.
Coach, last year you guys were a high seed, a 4 seed, but it was kind of a breakout type of year where for folks that weren't watching what you were doing during the course of the year, I think you caught some people by surprise just because the program hadn't made that sort of a deep run. This year, I don't think anyone's surprised. They saw what you did last year. They saw this regular season. They watched it a little bit more closely, and now you go in as a top seed after having gone through some of those battles you were just mentioning. How does that, if at all, kind of change the way you maybe things you talk about to your kids to get them ready for this and know some of those different dynamics in terms of external perception, again, if at all?
Well, I think you're right. Last year we were the hunters. We didn't really have the target on our backs last year. We were trying to establish ourselves. We knew that we had some opportunities to be successful because we had some rising stars that nobody really ever heard of. And a kid by the name of Luke Delafield and Cole Corey, guys that we knew were potentially going to be very, very gifted players and have an opportunity to have a lot of success on the field. But nobody had ever heard of it. So we won, beat Airline in a big way in that week 1, and then went on a 9-game run there and got some people's attention. But again, lost a very close game, the last game at Northwood, and made that good playoff run. So going into the year, we knew the target would now be on our back. People knowing that we had that kind of success, and for our guys to respond the way they done, knowing that we would be circled on everybody's schedule as the team to be, for us to be able to meet every one of those challenges and pass the test has been big. But again, we won't go into the playoffs being a surprise to anyone. Everybody will know that they play with DeSoto. It's going to be a heck of a battle. And we're excited about the challenge and know that there's some really good teams that you don't get to see week in and week out during the year. I love the setup and love the opportunity that's ahead of us.
Coach, we're going to stay in your area of the state next and go to Coach Scoggin from Airline. Do you have any message for he and the Vikings as they start their Division I playoffs here shortly?
No, we're just happy for them. We have a really good relationship with Airline. The principal of Airline and our defensive coordinator, our defensive coordinator's dad is the principal of Airline, Josh James. And Justin, what a job Justin Scoggins has done there. We knew Airline was a sleeping giant, but he's gone in there, awakened to that giant. And we're just glad they won 9 games after that loss, because that has helped us with the power ratings, their record during the year. So just so happy for them, and hope they can make a run.
Good deal. I think he heard that, but we'll certainly pass the message along. Coach, appreciate you taking some time on a Sunday to chat with us.
Thank you for having me. Yes, sir. Chance, good to see you, man. Love you, bud.
Love you, Coach.